Hey there, SpeedGaming. It's time for more Super Metroid Randomizer. You are in the multi-category tournament 2022, Week 6 matchup. 82 racers enter this tournament, only 16 can leave. We are in a 3-2 match where you're any losses and you're out completely. This is going to be one of the deciders. We have a race between Bunny and Ruya. Part of the crew, we have Jestro with me, and then Tony on comms. So, how you feeling about this race, Tony?
I'm excited. This is actually a rematch from the GT Castle tournament. Ruya has the world record for GT Classic. He just recently also got a 41. But this is Randomizer, and that's where polarbearbunny is going to shine. So I'm very excited for this match.
Yeah, certainly gonna be a good race. Ruya very strong in like vanilla movement, but then Bunny has way more experience with the randomizers. So we'll see how like each runner plays to their strengths.
Yeah, and looks like we're off. So the settings for this week are Chozo with light area map and boss shuffle on. And I don't know how you feel about light area, Aussie, but I prefer against strong vanilla runners that light area sort of has a nice balance of being similar to vanilla, but having a little bit of I guess variance with some area randomization. What are your thoughts on these settings?
So light area I normally like because like you can set your route where you just go down to Norfair and then up through Meridia. But that kind of counts on you being able to skip a suit. And I'm not sure that either runner wants to do this, so if suits aren't on path, then we could see some back and forth across the world.
Yeah. Of course, this being Chozo, Morphball will always be vanilla. The first Chozo item, or I guess second Chozo item coming up is Awakening Missiles. We're about to see this here.
Yeah, so in the early game here, we gotta keep real close track on the Chozo items to determine logic, because from that we can deduce where more items are going to be. With super missiles, that opens up a lot of things, like everything except for bomb blocks. So you can get through a lot of doors. Without missiles, then you're gated by pink doors, and those are everywhere. Have those. Meanwhile, on this right side room, there's two miners here, but they don't count for the logic. They're just really nice items to get.
Yeah, so right now the logic is saying that the next item we need to get is from Bomb Chorizo. Sometimes we'll find a power bomb here and we'll be able to check 230 missiles, but that's not the case for this seed. Runners won't even have the option to check Billy Mays. Not that I would advise that play, but that is an option sometimes if supers come super late. But this being Chozo and not, say, Major Minor or full rando, you're guaranteed to find a Chozo holding a super missile eventually.
Yeah, Billy Mays, mostly for the super check. So this is late area randomizer, and like as you were saying, power bombs will let you check that transition to the left of morph. But with late area, I don't really like that check as much. Like you'd be delaying these criteria majors, and you like are going to find the Green Bryn Star transitions fast enough anyway.
Yeah, I agree. There are two transitions to Green Bryn from criteria. So even if Meme Route or Blue Bryn is one of the transitions to Green Bryn, you will find the other one just by climbing up, and you'll be able to check these majors up here.
We're kind of expecting Ruya to take a little early lead because this is like the start of every seed as you run down to morph and then up through the climb and parlor. And Ruya can be well practiced at these. And we get an early plasma beam. And that means we have to go right of ship through the green door.
Yeah, with nothing to break open the bomb blocks. There are two transitions we can check to the right of landing site, but everything else is locked behind bomb blocks.
Yeah, so do have to do an Alcatraz to get out of here. One thing with choosing a custom sprite is that it can throw off your visual cues on your movement. I might have seen that from Ruya a little bit. Choosing to go with this buff Kirby sprite. We were expecting both of them to pick the Kirby ship. That's what we have.
And I lied about two transitions. One is locked behind a power bomb, so this is the only transition we can go through. And we get the red tower transition.
Right, so this does open up a number of things. Spazer and Alpha Peebs are open, plus it's a pile of transitions. One's going to be to Green Star, one to Upper Norfair, and I think the rest are Meridia.
Ooh. Interesting. Neither runner choosing to check Spazer. Checking this transition and it being Greenbrin following this instead. I think I would check this transition, and if it was Greenbrin, I would just come back to it after checking Spazer.
I kind of like coming back later. You really need to find power bombs here. So
that makes sense.
There's a few standing miners. I guess 3 of them. But after that, you're looking at Spore Spawn fight.
That makes a lot of sense actually, since you will need to come back to Red Tower to find Upper Norfair anyways.
So from this transition to Criteria, you get the Terminator E-Tank, but that's just a miner in this. So this would be another power bomb check. And we also find Torian.
It is vanilla. And yeah, Ruya finding first power bombs. Those aren't the logical power bombs, but they will be nice for getting items on the way. Ruya can check 230 now. This is technically out of logic. It will be in logic eventually, so it's definitely worth checking.
Yeah, they're really close to the 230 check. Can't do Gauntlet unless they want to save and reset. But 230 makes a lot of sense to do now.
Yeah, and Bunny actually taking the lead here, showing that she is more familiar with Randomizer, even with Ruya's early movement advantage.
Yeah, Bunny, not hesitating when we come across, a new unexpected item. So saving some time with that, just from experience. And we get an Ice Beam off of that. Ice Beam's going to slow down the early game, so it should be turned off immediately. But they're going to want it for the late game, and then especially going through Meridia, depending on that Dragon location.
Both runners freezing enemies on the way down Terminator. And of course, suits cannot be in criteria, so there is another Chozo here being in front of Gauntlet, but I agree. Probably don't want to check that right now, if at all. Best thing it could be is maybe a speed booster or a space jump. Ice Beam is a pretty big find, so I guess even charge would be fantastic. But finding Ice Beam, I think that's pretty much it for criteria checks.
So this is an E-Tank. This is still out of logic with those power bombs that they found. The only logical item here would be Spore Spawn Supers. But they're going to be clearing this up anyway.
Yeah, Ruya only has one power bomb here, so he will need to farm up after checking Spore Spawn.
Yeah, Bunny doubled back for a power bomb drop from the Green Pirates. And has enough to get out, but not enough to break the pink wall, so would also be farming. Ruya could go through to Green Star first and get Firefly power bombs.
So Bunny, when she laid the power bomb to open up charge beam, she laid it where you were able to open up spore spawn and charge. So she does have two, so she's able to spend the one here and open the pink wall after.
True, I didn't notice that. So that's a very smart thing to do. And then even better to do it coming from the lower door, where you don't go out of your way to place the power bomb there.
Yeah. That just being an E-tank, Ruya won't miss it. However, it might still be in the back of his mind when he comes back, if he comes back.
For sure. And then coming into Brinstar Reserve, not having power bombs, can't check the back two items.
Yeah, checking early supers first, hoping maybe it's a power bomb or bomb. I guess it can't be bombs, but if it could be a power bomb. I like that play.
I feel like we should know where the elevator goes. Is that the moat, or is there more possibilities for that?
Blue Bryn, I think, can still be the other entrance.
Right.
And we still haven't found the logical power bombs. Very interesting. Very nice reverse smog ball from Ruya.
Just saves a little bit of time, especially after already checking the top minor item. So not refilling power bombs and also coming up here, up the elevator.
Yeah, if this is a Blue Bryn, Ruya will have... Well, he'll have to come back down and farm power bombs. Hopefully he knows to farm at Fire Freeze. I guess technically these side hoppers can drop power bombs as well. Not having any luck.
Yeah, if you need two to get through, then you don't really want to go that way. It's better to go back through Brinstar.
So that means Rex Ship is vanilla as well.
Correct. But we don't yet know which side of Rex Ship is going to be there. Oh no, he's not going straight for the Fireflies.
Yeah, this is oh, there looks like he has found it. Yeah, a lot of times in Rando you'll refill that Edicoons, but without the one power bomb to open up Edicoons. This is also a good place to farm.
Yep, being Chozo, there's not much reason to go down to Edicoons, so you don't get that power bomb refill. But it's really useful to know about these Fireflies. So from here, we probably see back to Red Tower, and it should get a Spazer check. And then we'll have to see where the entrances go from there. Ruya still has to make that Spore Spawn check. And then probably follow Bunny into Red Tower.
And I think with Ice Beam, X-Ray might be in logic. I'm not actually sure how Chozo logic will work in regards to E-Tank requirements, but Ice Beam... Oh, and nice speed booster as well. I think Ice Beam alone, with tanks and Varia in non-Chozo modes, puts X-Ray in logic. I don't think Bunny will go for the X-Ray D-boost. I'm not sure if Ruya will either, but that could be something big if, say, Grapple or Space Jump come up. High Jump, even with that speed booster, would make it easy to get to X-Ray.
Yep. So I don't really expect Bunny to go for it. Getting there with Ice is slow, and I'm not sure how well she knows the D-boost. But Bunny can skip. I'd like to see Ruya do it. Pretty sure he's good at it. Running a glitch to 80%.
Ruya checking the wave gate. This is not a Chozo. It is a major item. So this could be Ruya showing some inexperience with Chozo. Or maybe he just wants more power bombs.
Yeah, major is in from major minor item pool. but it's just a missile pack. It's certainly easy to confuse the item placements week to week. But this week, you want the Spore Spawn Supers location. That's
The alpha
vanilla
bomb.
alpha peeps.
So that's our logical access to everything that we've just done.
Yep. Like this was one of the locations that was reachable early on with just the super pack. And so now that they have logical power bombs, they can do. We can consider everything that they found in logic. But speed and ice, plasma, they don't really open up any checks. Ice opens... no. They don't really open any checks quite yet. We're talking about X-ray, but that takes more E-tanks. Or Varia.
Yeah. I suspect the next place for progression will be in Upper Norfair. I think we've seen 2 Chozo E-tanks. So the ice hell run is in logic.
Yeah, but this is not the cool part of Upper Norfair. But they found plenty of other E-tanks along the way, so it's still good to come through here. And gonna go straight to the wave beam location. Good use of your health. You have enough to get in and out. I just really don't want to fall on the spikes.
Oh, nice E-tank. Yeah, she definitely had enough health to check the item, get out, get to the farm spot right before speed, but that E-tank just makes it much easier.
Yeah, with that E-tank, you probably don't even need to
Ooh.
speed. And there's a Varia suit. Okay. Jumped straight into the spikes, but then they broke away. What happened?
Oh, chat pointing out that Bunny saved right before at Red Tower. So even if she fell into the spikes, she had a safety save. But yeah, finding the E-tank, finding Varia, making that save unnecessary, but very nice peace of mind, very nice play. Now she's looking for gravity and charge. More the gravity than anything else. Technically high jump and spring ball get her in go mode, but with Chozo settings, I think Bunny prefers to just find gravity.
Yeah, I think so too. Right now, you mostly want to see like ways to kill all the bosses. In this Upper Norfair region, we're gonna find the Kraid's Lair transition and then Lower Norfair, and you want to be able to beat the bosses and escape. And without gravity or a grapple, they don't have a way to fight Dragon.
Ruya also taking the save in Red Tower. Very nice menuing, turning off ice and plasma with one menu. Or sorry, turning off Spazer and ice, turning on plasma.
Yeah. Wondering what the save is about. Like, it's not full area where you could go down a spooky path. You know that this is Upper Norfair and you probably want to continue through it. So is it just for in case you make a mistake and die in the hell run?
That's what I would suspect. I'm curious why he's heading up this transition. Since this has to be Meridia. He's found Upper Norfair and he came out of Criteria and I think Greenbryn. So
yeah, in light area you don't need to really check every entrance because you can kind of deduce where some of the transitions go. And Red Tower, most of them are to West Meridia, and you can't really do anything through those. The other not Upper Norfair play available, like to wreck ship, but that's a little too far away.
Yeah, the wreck ship play in Chozo, boss shuffle, especially make it it's a lot less appealing since it needs to be exactly Fantoon and there needs to be exactly like a suit in wreck ship in order for that to be worth it.
So Ruya skipped the E-tank, and I don't think had a way to jump back up to the platform to get it.
Yeah. I think the idea was to there's gravity by the way at high jump boots. But yeah, I think Ruya's plan was to grab that E-tank on the way out, but again, like you said, I don't think he had a way to get out or to get back up to that item.
Going for a running jump can just go through the door. Not really any slower, but spending a lot of time on these wall jumps. We have a double suit in Upper Norfair seed, and they already have pretty strong beam. Just looking for charge, and they'll be completely set.
Ooh. Ruya needs to be careful about his health.
Yeah,
he does have a
reserves on
save.
Viola. Oh, he's going back for the E-tank.
Ooh, unfortunately taking a fall there. I don't dislike this. It might be faster than farming. Especially if he wants to farm afterwards to get ammo, maybe? But yeah, he is spending a lot of time in this room just for this E-tank.
It's a reserve tank at Ice Beam. That'll be all of our Chozo items from Upper Norfair now found. You're going to be looking for the Kraid's Lair and the back of Lower Norfair in particular. And if we see Croc, then that'll be skipped because it's not going to have charge beam. And so far, we've only seen the one transition into Upper Norfair.
Correct. Bunny didn't check the Croc transition, which I think I like. Checking these these Chozo statues first. You will need to come back anyways to the Red Tower entrance, so saving that backtrack for later to prioritize the majors. I think makes a lot of sense.
Yep, you get the majors before going after bosses, and that did work out in finding Gravity Suit. But then these two entrances up here are also faster to check, so maybe you can skip either the Croc or the Chronic Boost doors. I guess next thing to look at is their ammo for a potential Ridley fight.
Yeah, Bunny's gonna need 2 more super packs. I'm not sure with her power bomb count if this is enough with 15 missiles. 3 supers makes it comfy.
So I like the blind check for PBs in jail. Because ammo is going to be really tight after checking all these miners. In the event that Ridley is here. Boss shuffle's on, so we don't know what boss they're going to run into. We're up to 80 tanks. Actually a very healthy seed, and that's kind of costing them their ammo count.
Yeah, because it's Chozo, E-tanks are in the same locations as your miners. So let's see what Bunny does here. If she saves and checks the boss, which, if it's Ridley, will be a long commitment. Or if she is heading back. It looks like she is going to check this boss first and hope that it's not Ridley. Meanwhile, Ruya finding his gravity suit. Ruya did not check the Chronic Boost entrance, which is fine since that was just the front of Lower Norfair. But I do like checking that in case that is Kraid. Again, it doesn't matter so much now because you will need to backtrack it that way anyways to get back to Red Tower. So this will save a little bit of time for Ruya, depending on where Croc is.
If this is a super pack, then it's enough ammo.
Usually it's missiles.
So this might work if you get double hits. Oh, how much I want to really do the math on that. But Bunny's continuing on. Actually, yeah, you just need a few double hits and everything else to hit. You going with full ammo.
Nice mock by Ruya to get out of Ice Beam. Nice speed kill on the first pirate from Bunny. Both these runners showing some really nice tech. And it looks like she's just gonna go in with 19. That fade out means it's not Ridley.
Yeah, just ran into a crate here. So happy to see that. Set up for the beam shot 4 super quick kill. Only lands 2. Unfortunate stand up.
That was really weird. She got 2 supers in and deselected her missiles. Not sure what happened there. But it finishes off not taking too long on this kill.
And then the Varia item, it's going to be bombs. In Chozo item placement, all the bosses count as having another major. Like they count towards the item pool. So even though it's not a Chozo statue, that counts as the items. So this still means that there's, I guess, 2 miners to check now on the way through Kraid's Lair. Good chance to hit even more ammo in case Kraid's Lair has the Ridley boss. Plus that area has a pretty convenient super farm with the mini Kraid.
Yeah, farming up to full supers at Kraid. It's very convenient.
So, like, depending on the boss, like, Botwoon's not gonna have charge. The things behind Botwoon aren't gonna be charged. So how many spots are there where charge can be?
Is it possible for the backup Botwoon to have charge if Dragon is not vanilla in Chozo?
Yeah. You can get around Botwoon with the Dragon elsewhere. So probably a better question for after we see this Kraid's Lair boss.
This seed turning out to be pretty standard. Usually when I see Chozo seeds, the runners rush. They usually get to Green Bryn, they get to Upper Norfair, and then it's mostly boss rush. This seed is mostly that, with either the decision to go for minor kill on Mother Brain or to find charge.
Yeah, it's kind of the big decision that we're at. There's still at least 2 more bosses with quick items behind them. We'll see if they want to go for any wreck ship majors would be the next best ones. But their ammo count's not looking all that super for like being in go mode.
Ruya going for the all missile quick kill. Very nice.
Showing off.
And I like this from Bunny. I wonder if she wants the Crumble Tower Miner on the way to check Croc.
Yeah,
Croc
here's
entry.
a nice fast way down to the Croc door. And also gets you the miner check.
Unfortunately, just a missile. She's not going to turn that down. So it looks like Bunny is committing to ammo early. Maybe she finds charge on the way, but looks like she is committing to that ammo play.
I think right now she's thinking about Ridley ammo still. But after this Kraid's Lair, might be a decision.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. With 30 missiles, one more super pack would be enough to kill Ridley without using any power bombs. More missiles.
Yeah, probably see a health refill entering the boss room too. That's another missile pack, so this seed's just not going to be friendly with the supers. You can eventually get there, but maybe you start thinking that charge would be a better choice.
And Bunny not saving before checking this boss. I think she's committing to the powerbomb kill. Ruya thinking.
Yeah, crouched and thinking. Heading towards screw attack.
Now this could be big if this is
pretty
charged.
bad.
Oh no.
You can get out.
I've
health is all you need.
And this
so
is
Viola's
Ridley.
probably kill him.
Yeah, 10 health.
Money side.
10 health is not comfy here. No screw attack. If he's able to get through the first or all the Violas, he should be fine with speed booster to get through the rest of it.
Viola is still hurt because they're lower Norfair enemies. Killing the hopper safely, and yeah, I can just speed through the last ones. Gonna get stopped if he freezes the Viola in the wrong place, but not until the hoppers are dead. That's just a safety echoes on the way out. Kill that last pirate on the right. I think this Ridley fight's been going pretty well. The only concern is like missing too many missiles. I think the power bombs hit him.
Yeah, now that Ridley's in Pogo, this is a much easier fight. And that screw attack, we have charge beam, so this could be huge.
That is huge.
Ruya will have to. I think he has to kill GT to get out.
His bombs.
Oh, that's right. But nice fight by Bunny, taking out Ridley. Gonna check this major back here. We know that it's not charge. Ooh, but space jump. That's a very nice major to find.
Yeah, like movement items at this point are really good. A charge being in complete go mode from here might even skip these easy majors.
Ooh. Ruya going for the double bomb jump. Almost made it to the top. Much more difficult than the single bomb jump. But nicely done,
Yeah.
second try.
Yeah, it's fast, so you definitely want to go for it, do it, but it's also much harder. Yeah, so now the race is interesting again, because Ruya is just going to go straight to the bosses, but Bunny's going to have to take side trips looking for ammo. And the side trips can give a lot of time to Ruya.
Yeah, and depending on the miner distribution, this can be really bad. It could be the case that all the supers are just in Meridia and Rex Ship, and this is fine, but those extra checks and the fanfares definitely add up over time.
From what we've been seeing recently, it's just all missiles everywhere. Well, if not E-tanks, they also got a pile of E-tanks already. So at least the E-tanks are out of the pool now, for the most part. I guess leaving at the front of Lower Norfair also puts Ruya closer to the croc door for Kraid's Lair.
I don't know if Ruya actually checked the front entrance, but this will pay out.
Yeah. Well, he checked it by going all the way through Lower Norfair.
Right. He didn't check the blue Kraid entrance, so that could have been Kraid, but luckily for him, it's just Croc. So very efficient routing by Ruya.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Bunny, not happy seeing all these missiles. But it looks like on the ammo plan. Like especially since there's a detour into the Rinstar Reserve location, which has 3 miners but no majors. I think it's also going to help Ruya having charge, like not having to think about like what checks to make as part of the randomizer seed. Can just go straight to the bosses.
Yeah, Ruya, the only thing he'll have to worry about is making sure he knows where the transitions are. Just light area things, but doesn't have to make any decisions regarding items anyways. Routing, you could still find some ways to optimize, but definitely less to think about.
West Meridia has a good number of miners that aren't too bad to check. But it's only miners, so no majors here. Power bombs also really bad to see. Power bombs do not turn into damage for the Mother Brain fight. Not without charge. Like, if Bunny was finding supers at even half these locations, they'd be doing a lot better. But he's just gonna draw out the amount of time spent searching for miners. And Charge Beam being at that screw attack location. That's a spot that I like to skip whenever I can get away with it. So it makes sense to have not checked it.
Yeah, especially already having both suits, it definitely feels a lot worse to check. But sometimes it pays out.
Yeah, Like, I was trying to get on a Batoon blocking charge, and if that cuts off your East Meridia majors, then there's not too many places for charge to be. But we have no idea what's at Wreck Ship. If that's a
Yeah,
Fantoon,
logically.
then that's a lot of majors. And if it's a Dragon, then it's even more majors.
Right. Logically, we don't know what the seed wants if we don't go up there, but it's slow to go up there, so it makes sense not to check there. But Bunny finally finding a super pack after what feels like a million years.
Yeah, well, with 60 missiles, you want 55 supers? So another 6 packs of supers. And also going to be taking the time to check the major locations, looking for that charge beam. We just know that just not going to run into it. But could still find, like, a high jump. High jump would be good. Wave beam. But then the only problem is Ruya also would like to see a high jump if it's a convenient place to pick up.
Yeah, and that wave beam would be much better for Ruya than it would be for Bunny. It would help with baby skip if assuming they find high jump, and for Zep skip, but Ruya also gets the advantage of full beam combo. Even has the tank for stand up if he chooses to.
Just running into a reserve tank at the Batoon E-Tank location. More not helpful items.
Ooh, another E-Tank.
Wow. I thought we were done.
I thought we were done too.
Like Chozo seeds, you don't normally find like half as many E-Tanks.
Yeah, and this seed had pretty early Varia too, so usually if you find all those E-Tanks, you would hope that it was a late Varia seed, but not the case.
Yeah. It was a Varia in Upper Norfair, so need a couple to reach that point. But then right after that, we ran into all of them. Here we see Fantoon and Dragon. That means Dragon and Fantoon. So we got 2 sets of Swamp Posses. Go for the missile kill. Doppler a few missiles, cut down on the number of rounds.
Ooh, unfortunately shooting too many too quickly. Fantoon just runs away.
I see a super hit there or not?
I don't think the super hit. She did fire it, but I think she shot her second set of missiles too quickly. He is trying to go for the halfie without high jump. Much more difficult than full halfie. Doesn't get it, but has base jump, so not a problem at all.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if it's faster since he has space jump.
And yeah, Ruya is just moving through these rooms. Doesn't need to check any of these items. Bunny's still not in go mode. Still needs quite a few more super packs to be in go mode.
Right. Now Ruya is just a few rooms behind Bunny. Before the gap is much bigger. So you want to exit out the other entrance of East Meridia after fighting the boss, and that's going to lead to Wreck Ship. It's just part of the common route you're going to see in light area. Come down the Green Brinstar Red Tower side for Norfair, and then come up the Meridia Wreck Ship side to get back to Torian. Now we gotta ask what checks Bunny's gonna make on her way towards the end of the seed.
Imagine she checks the miners at one of these sand pits on her way to the Forgotten Highway. I'm not sure which side of Wreck Ship you want to come in from, but you'll be able to check the other side on the way out. At this rate, she will have to go up attic to find more miners.
You get a super pack there, but still pretty far off. Yeah, we're running into a gray door. Dragon has not been killed yet, so
Yeah,
we
both
can't
runners-
take the fast path.
Both runners ran into that.
Yeah, I guess how often it is that you haven't killed Dragon yet, and you want to go towards the Forgotten Highway.
Ruya still making some, I guess, routing decisions here, trying to decide whether to go through Bottoon or down the sand pit. I think it is quicker to go through Bottoon.
I'm not entirely sure because you're coming over to the sand pit side, like the right side of Aqueduct.
Well, that's a good point.
But hit with another unexpected situation, so I had to think of it more.
Yeah, almost heading to Shacktool. Almost.
No, we'll go to the turbo tube. And here's our answer. We get the front entrance of Wreck Ship. So this side's benefit would be the ocean miner, and you can scout the middle of the sky, the miner that's above. I think from here you commit to skipping majors, so you don't want to check the Wreck Ship E-tank.
Yeah, I agree. But in Bunny's mind, she might think that this seed was so sparse with supers that charge has to show up somewhere, so I could see her checking it. But I agree that ideally you wouldn't check it.
Yeah, like this is, you've already tried to commit to miners, but then the seed didn't give you any. And so if you're checking majors, then that just means you spent all that time for nothing.
Yeah, and finding screw attack this late in the game is definitely more hindrance than helpful.
And again, these are checks that Ruya is not going to be making. Just going to go straight to the boss.
And another E-tank. I thought we were done.
Apparently we need to keep a counter going, because we're going to find all of them. So this is mostly a speed kill for Bunny, actually. Finish it off with missiles. Ruya probably go for a speed kill too, but can add some charge shots and also has a better super count. And then they don't have high jump, so if you're used to a normal speed kill, you gotta jump a little bit differently. Maybe make use of the space jump to gain some height.
So getting gooped there is not good. I believe Dre loses her hurt box when the goop attaches to Samus. So that spark did 0 damage. I think that one also did 0. Meanwhile, Ruya, Dre's belly is already super red. That almost full beam combo doing a lot of work.
is same as 2 super shots, so 10 beam shots would kill Dre, but then also added some sparks.
We're just gonna check this major. I think at this point it has to be something. Another E-Tank. So I think that's all the Chozo E-Tanks. We already saw the Chozo Reserve as well. Yeah, Ruya looking for either high jump or wave.
Yeah, doesn't really need any of them from here. Like the time save isn't even that much when once all your bosses are done and you're near farm. It definitely makes your Torian more consistent with what you practice.
That was a good spark by Bunny. Dre should be a few supers from death.
Yeah, ran out of ammo though, so can't go for an ammo finish. And a spark finish always runs the risk of getting chain damage. Not always, there's a way around it.
Yeah, it looks like Ruya skipped right side supers and Rex should be, which I agree with that play. Nice Dragon kill by Bunny, finishing Dre with missiles. Unfortunately, without that charge, her fight was much longer.
Yeah, C gave them good beam early on. Just with that charge, you can't get the full value out of it. And after that Dragon fight, Ruya definitively ahead. And we saw Torian was vanilla in the seed. So I'm gonna take a quick run over to the left side of Criteria. Does not need to stop at the ship, because you're going to get a health and ammo refill on the Torian elevator, but also seems to have enough resources to finish anyway. Yeah, I think this wreck ship E-Tank check is just... The seed was terrible with its item distribution, so I hope that charge beam ends up being in wreck ship, and maybe the opponent either also committed to miners, or... Exiting here would be a gauntlet check, actually.
Yeah, miners chicken checking criteria are criteria peeps, gauntlet. I guess, yeah, charge could be front of gauntlet too, so we should be hoping for that. But we know it's not there. So we have to think of other minor spots to check.
Yeah, so from here it's like, to get a good finish time on the seed, then the item you want needs to be in a convenient spot, and in this case it'd be charge a gauntlet, because then you go straight into Torian.
Meanwhile, Ruya having really nice Metroid rooms. Stumbled a little bit in the front of Metroid 3, but cleans it up really nice.
Yeah, that wave beam helps a lot with your Metroid rooms. Not having wave, it's smaller, and also sometimes just bumps into walls and dissipates. And not going for baby skip, since no high jump boots. And we found our last criteria major. It was the X-ray. And from here, Bunny is just in the the most awkward of situations. Not really close on ammo, but also nowhere near charge beam.
This minor distribution was awful to miss charge beam in. And I can't fault skipping screw attack. Very rare that the minor distribution is this bad, plus charges in screw attack.
Yeah, you can never tell like what the minor distribution is gonna be like. It's randomized. You should expect that if you check this many majors, this many minors, that you get enough ammo to finish the seed. But that's not how it's played out. And whatever Ruya is doing on 1 health.
It does have a full reserve, so not in any danger by any means, but definitely spending some time getting this Zep skip.
Yeah, so this is going to be a Crystal Flash from Mother Brain 1, but doing that you really got to watch your super count, that you don't use too many.
Yeah, the other thing is there's a quick cutscene for Mother Brain. So if Ruya is used to Crystal Flashing for GT, he might take a death here. He does have the save down here in Turian, so not gonna cost the race. But hopefully he remembers.
Yeah, got run into the brain a few times.
I think the projectiles only hit once, so not in danger of getting hit several times. Billy May is having double supers. It's gonna be nice for Bunny.
Always check Billy Mays for supers.
Still short 20 missiles, I believe, for go mode ammo.
Yeah, something like that. The missile counts get a little funny the farther you go from what you used to. Ruya had a clean Mother Brain fight, and we also got to see the nice Kirby Crystal Flash, right? So I'm happy that we got that. Just needs to damage down after the rainbow to set up the stand-up glitch. Can get good value out of this since they have charge and plasma. Mostly a friendly seed in the early game. Had to run around a little bit looking for power bombs, but those weren't too far out of the way. And then just ran into both suits, Upper Norfair. But then that's when the missile shortage started. And then Bunny continued on with the minor hunt plan. Ruya kept checking majors, found charge and screw attack. And that's kind of the difference in the seed. Just didn't have good enough super layout for Bunny's plan to work out.
Yeah, this was an interesting seed to watch, because Ruya had the lead in the beginning through movement. Bunny was able to catch up with rando knowledge and decision making, but then that charge beam changed everything, and the lack of supers.
Yeah, with a normal number of supers, this race would have been really close.
But with that, Mother Brain 3 is down, and Ruya has just the escape left.
Yeah, no high jump, so a little bit non-standard escape. But it can still show us his moves. Work that Kirby sprite. Go fast through this escape. I guess 95-40 is enough. Funny thing, so I'm not gonna think too hard on that.
So she needs to break the glass first, I think?
That's not a position you want to be in ever. But with this escape finishing up, this will be a win for Ruya. Taking first place in this 3-2 matchup. Can move on to 4-2. Unfortunately, this will be Bunny not making it to playoffs, but still get another week of Swiss matches. Final time is 59-28. GG's Ruya.
GG's in chat for Ruya.
Bunny made it this far. Worked hard to get all these missile packs. He's gonna use them. And we're actually seeing these Metroids get farmed since her super count isn't full. She'll be finishing out the seed. After these Metroid rooms is point of no return. As soon as you visit the baby Metroid, it's not coming back, so no way to refill supers.
I think if you were in a situation where you killed the Metroids, you could head back to the elevator and grab another refill, but that's way too slow. And actually, I take it back. That screw attack actually is saving time. Bunny won't be able to go for Zeb skip, so doesn't need to turn the screw attack off. And keeping it on, that's her reset her iframes against the side hopper there to damage down for baby skip.
17 super packs in this seed.
Oh.
And we're also going to see a 1 health Mother Brain visit. It's on Bunny's side. Let's see. There's still a pink door and Mother Brain 1. And then Mother Brain 2. That would all need ammo for. Oh, pause to move while the text box was coming up.
Yeah, I think she thought about turning off screw, which she usually does for Zeb skip, but since she's not going to be going for Zeb skip, keeping her suits on. Yeah, being able to fill both energy and missiles with little time in between.
How many missiles is it to break the glass even? It's like 5 for the pink door, then 44 for the Zebs, and 18 for the glass.
Something like that. Usually you shoot Mother Brain and shooting her also damages the glass, but if you need to refill anyways, I'm actually not sure what the actual number is. 18 sounds right, but I do not know for sure.
I was mostly wondering why you would kill the eye and then refill afterwards, but you actually need a whole lot of missiles to do this.
Yeah, the glass kind of looks like it's still on screen, so Bunny shooting an extra
Yeah,
missile there.
that didn't look broken. You also don't need to hit the glass. You can hit the brain, and that also damages the glass. Yeah. I guess it was like 17 supers, but also they were in bad spots since the places that were checked all turned into E-tanks.
Yeah,
It's like
Beach
2
and
layers
Mama
of them.
Turtle could have had all the supers. But it's such a pain going out of the way just for maybe like 5 minor checks. Plus if Gauntlet had supers instead of, I think it was an E-tank and a power bomb, that would have saved a lot of time, not having to go back to reprint.
Looks like the glass is gone. Gotta be very careful not to miss any shots.
Yeah, she has 5 missiles of leeway, which is less than 2 supers. But yeah, having to be cognizant of not missing your ammo just makes your fight a lot slower.
Yeah, exactly 30 missiles for phase 1. Didn't miss any yet. And then we have this fight without high jump. Makes it a little bit harder to dodge the shots from Mother Brain. So here I like to stand a little farther back and be in a crouch, since crouching jumps faster.
Hitting all her supers, still has that 5 missiles of leeway. Catch-up means Mother Brain is 15 supers away. Bunny had more than 45 missiles, I believe. Catch-up fired a little bit late, so she could have had less, but well done by Bunny, not missing any shots there.
Yeah, just hit with everything. A clean fight. Race already over. Doesn't have to worry about finishing the seed anymore at this point. That's when maybe we get to see the runners go to the animals. You can get an animal save.
The last race I watched, both runners actually saved the animals.
I like that race because it had a Yoshi sprite in it. I like seeing the sprite diversity. As we saw here, Ruya showing off the Kirby sprite. New trend in randomizer races, where we show off sprites made by the community.
Yeah, that is a cursed sprite. I have no idea how players play with it, but it is a joy to watch.
I feel like it's one of the less changed sprites, and that might be why more players are running with it instead of other things, like the Among Us sprite.
I think the main thing I care about in this sprite is the spin jump animation. Trying to remember what the buff Kirby spin jump looks like. I think like its running sprite is pretty similar to Samus, but not sure about the other animations.
So, Bunny in the escape. It's done these rooms 1,000 times. Even without high jump. It's done it many, many times. Not a moonfaller. Didn't mention that. So, yeah, take that little section a little bit slower. Here we are coming up on the final 3 rooms. Quick spark up the shaft. Do your best to avoid the steam clouds in this parlor room. One last piece of RNG slow you down. And we see animals skipped. They're gonna die this day.
Get your GGs in chat for Bunny, finishing with an official race time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 53 seconds.
And give them maybe a few more moments to decide if they want to come in for an interview.
While we wait for that, make sure to follow the runners. Put on a great show for us. Both really talented at the game. We just hit that 41 any percent, so make sure to watch that. And we are now joined by Bunny. GG's Bunny.
Hey y'all, GG's to Ruya, wherever you are.
Yeah, GG's. That was an unfortunate minor hunt that you had to go through. So the beginning, Ruya definitely showed off his movement advantage, getting through the early game pretty quickly. But once Dorando came in, you were able to get through most of the rooms. You had the lead going into Greenbryn, but Ruya, checking that screw attack, was able to find charge and didn't have to check any other locations. Didn't have to worry about the super distribution. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the race?
Everything was great until it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't like having both suits so early, because that's going to be a big disadvantage for me. I think, like the less that someone like Ruya has to do is not going to bode well for me. It's kind of like my race versus Zeb. We got both the suits really early, and plus he's really experienced in rando, so it's like there's just no way I'm gonna win this, you know. And then it's just the ammo was just so bad. I've never, like, there had to have been more than 14 E-tanks in this scene. Like, I could not believe I've never picked up so many tanks in my life. I don't know where they all came from.
Yeah, I think on 3 separate occasions, Aussie and I thought that, you know, this has to be the last energy tank, and then another one popped up somewhere.
There's always more. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, going into this race, I asked Aussie the same question, but what were your thoughts about light area rando, especially against a runner like Ruya, who's really good at vanilla movement, but maybe a little bit less so on the randomizer side?
I like light area. I think it cuts down. I don't know. I think it makes pathing a lot more fun, and it's not super complicated like full area. So I don't think it's a huge disadvantage if you're not that experienced in it. But I think that at least I should just speak for myself. I don't want to speak for anybody else, but it's pretty much a strategic decision to not like go through the lava dive or not check that whole area with screw in it just because it's so slow. So that's why I didn't do it. Like all I had to get out of that area was bombs, so it was like extra slow. So I don't know. It can, if you don't really like think of it as something slow and you go do it, and it's charge beam. Well, I'm just not gonna win that.
Yeah, I think Chad also mentioned that they probably would have also checked for ammo in your situation. Having both suits, it feels pretty slow going to GT and getting out with just bombs. So definitely don't fault you for that decision. Yeah, sadly Ruya hasn't joined us. I would have liked to hear his thoughts on the screw attack play. He did after killing the lower Norfair boss, he did sort of stand right above the three stooges, I guess, and thought about whether or not he wanted to do reverse amphitheater. So definitely did take some time to think about it.
Yeah, I considered it too, but you know, like I just, it hurt me really badly, like, but I just don't have time to waste against everybody I had to race this entire tournament so far. Like I have a really hard schedule, guys. I don't think you understand. But you know, that's just the way it rolled, kind of thing, and I was able to handle some tough competition, but not all of it.
Yeah, in a different seed, I think you come out on top in this one, just based on rando knowledge alone. But yeah, you've definitely had one of the harder paths in this tournament. Making it as far as you did with as close as races as you did, that's fantastic.
Yeah, like this one does suck. I feel like this seed and how I routed it in particular just really was like very against me. You know, I feel personally offended by the seed. Yeah, it's been fun. I'm still excited to finish next week, see who I get. Maybe I'll finally get an opponent that's not mechanically better than me.
Maybe you'll race against me.
By miles. No, you are better than me too. You just don't believe.
We share the same brain cell. Actually, that's assuming that I even win. I can just lose next week or this week and not even make it that far.
That's true. You know, but yeah, I don't know. It's been fun. Ruya already just kicked my butt in GT Classic tournament, and then he's gotta go and do this. Kind of a jerk, actually.
It's first place in GT Classic, is running any percent. Just got that 41. Beats you in rando. Who can stop this man?
His any percent is almost better than my GT Classic. That's how much better he is than me.
Yeah, and shout outs to Ruya in chat, telling us he checked the lava dive entrance because he didn't see that entrance coming through Upper Norfair, through Business Center. So that makes a lot of sense. He also was able to skip the Croc check, being popped out by Chronic and checking Croc entry to get to Kraid. So that ended up saving him some time. So it's pretty clever.
Yeah, that does work out well. And I was okay with finding Croc at that point because I knew for sure I didn't have to do it. Yeah.
But with Chozo settings, Croc cannot be holding Charge Beam. Aussie, did you have any questions for PBB?
was missing my push to talk button. I was a little bit wondering what your thoughts were, like, coming out of Lore Norfair, a little bit going in, like, with your ammo count at that point, and if you could, like, read into the missile distribution from that, where you're finding all missiles at that point. Or if
Yeah,
that's something you think about.
it kind of was, but then it like got to the point. Like, I think I was more so annoyed with the tanks than the missiles themselves. Um, but you know, I probably could have taken information from that, but I was like, for one, there's literally cannot be many more tanks left, if any at all. And then like for two, like even like you saw, like there's two supers just at Billy Mays. I'm like, they are out there. They're just in really bad spots. I think I didn't really see, but I think the distribution didn't actually end up being that bad. But they just weren't in places that you're gonna look.
Yeah, sure. It wasn't too far off of the average distribution. And from that point, you can definitely expect that even in a bad seed, you get enough ammo from there. But just wondering.
Yeah, it was definitely not an easy decision to make. It never really is. Um, but yeah, I think I just hope to run into charge like behind Dragon or something, and that just didn't happen.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Any final thoughts before we close this out? PBB or Rossi, either of you?
No, but thank you guys, Aussie and Tony, and thank you, Jestro, for tracking for us. I'm sure it was like a fun race for like 30 minutes. But yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely a fun one to watch. I guess even trying to figure out whether or not we'll find a super or not was kind of kind of interesting, but
I didn't think that game was fun.
All right then. I think that does it for us. No more matches tonight. We do have some matches scheduled tomorrow. I mean, depending on if you're West Coast or not. 3 a.m. Saturday. So in about 5.5 hours, we have Slow Guy versus Sephi on SpeedGaming 2. 7:10 tomorrow we have Soberlight versus Winter, and at 2:10 p.m. we have Saffron versus Ace Zero. So be sure to check those matches out tomorrow. Make sure to follow the runners, Polar Bear Bunny and Ruya. Put on a great show for us. Feel free to follow the comms, the tracker, and Speed Gaming channels if you're so inclined to. I am Tony, and I've been joined by Aussie, Jess Zooks with tracking on behalf of all of us and Speed Gaming. Thanks for watching, and see you next mission.